Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So today we'll be seeing out that what is a database. We'll be understanding that what we actually meant from a database. After that we'll be seeing about the RDBMS, right? That is a relational database management system. And then moving towards one process for the SQL. That what's the process for the SQL, right? These are three things that we'll be discussing in today's video. Fine, so let's get started without wasting out any of the time here. Let me just take out some colors so that we can put out some writings as well in the between us. Okay, fine. So the very first thing that I'm going to discuss is that what is actually a database, right? So let's discuss out. So database is a systematic collection of data. Fine, this is a very simple definition for a database that it is a systematic collection of data, right? Now, what they actually support, so they support the electronic storage and the manipulation of the data. Database makes data management easy. Now, what are the databases actually used for it? First of all, what is it? It is a systematic collection of the data that we had already understood out right here, right? They support out the electronic storage and the manipulation of the data. Now, why we just use out the databases? So databases actually make out the data management easy for us, right? So this is the only reason that why we actually prefer out using the databases. Let me just take out another color and highlight this particular thing, because here it is the use that why we just use out, right? So databases make management easy. So this is the only reason that why we just choose out dealing with the database. Right, hope it has got the idea. The very first thing that what is actually a database. Second, that what they actually support, and third thing that what are they actually used for. Why we just use that in our programs, in a use for the SQL, right? Fine, now we are having some example here. Let's see how this example for the database. Okay, let's say an online telephone directory uses a database to store data of people, phone numbers, and other contact details, right? Later, if I just talk about any online telephone directory, okay, what they do, they use a database. Now, what they just use out the database? So they use out the database to store the data of people, to store out the phone numbers, to store out the other contact detail. Let's say I just go and buy out some like something from some phone number, or some I just want to buy out a new SIM, right? So in that case, basically we are having many details which we just need to give out to that person who is selling us the same thing, right? So we just need to have out the phone number, we need to give our other contact details as well, right? These are all the things which we need to give out. So in which are they all storing out these things? So these things are actually stored in a database only. And why we just use out this database? Because I've already given the answer for this particular question, because they make the data management easy, right? Now, second thing, your electricity service provider, the provider who is providing you the electricity service, so that uses a database to manage the billing, manage the client related issues, handle the fault data, etc. All are these things which your electricity service provider actually deals with it, and where where the electricity service provider saves out all of these data. So yeah, that is actually saved into a database. So your electricity service provider uses a database to manage billing, client-related issues, handle fault data, etc. Whatever the things you are having out here, these all are stored in the database, right? These two examples. Now let's consider also Facebook. We all have heard about the Facebook, and even many of you must be using out the Facebook as well. So basically, it needs to store, manipulate, and present data related to the members, their friends, activities, messages, advertisement, lot more. We can provide a countless number of examples for using databases. So what is this Facebook actually doing out? This is as well using out the database. Now, what it is storing into that basis? It is basically, it is used to, it's need to store the manipulate, present data related to the, what it is doing, it is saving the like data related to the members, to their friends, member activities, messages, advertisements, many more things, all of these things, right? So this is what this Facebook is actually doing and storing. So where it is actually storing out? That is storing in a database only, right? Because that database provides us to make out the data management in a very easy way. That is the reason that they all use out the databases only to store out any of the data which you are having. Right, hope we just got the idea that what is a database, why we just use it, and what are some live examples for database, the companies or the places where the databases are used. So onto the online telephone directory, onto the electricity service provider, in Facebook, and at many more places wherever you just look out. Here and there, you will be finding that wherever the data storage work is done, actually in that case, databases are actually used out. Fine. Now let's come to the RDBMS. Let's see that what do we actually mean by RDBMS? That is the Relational Database Management System. Let me take out a different color here so that we can highlight the particular things, right? So this is the full form for RDBMS, and that is Relational Database Management System. Okay, now RDBMS is the basis for SQL and for all modern database systems such as MS SQL servers, IBM DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and Microsoft Access. Right? So RDBMS is basically the basis for the SQL. Okay, and it is for all of the modern databases system, which I have mentioned here, which is MySQL servers, IBM DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and Microsoft Access. Okay. So data in the RDBMS is stored in database objects called tables. Okay, the data which we actually store in the RDBMS, that is stored in a database object. Okay, and that is actually called as a tables. Okay, we just call that database name as a tables. And what is table? A table is a collection of related data entries, and it consists of the columns and rows. That we all know, right? That what is a table? A table is a collection of columns and rows, right? The data which is stored in the RDBMS is stored in the database objects called as tables, right? This is the thing regarding the RDBMS, and let me just come down here once again. Fine, I was just telling you about that. What is this actually the basis as well? So right here. So RDBMS is the basis for SQL and for all modern database system. So what are the modern database system that I cover? That is MySQL Server, IBM DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and Microsoft Access. Right? These are the some other bases for the SQL. Which actually use out the RDBMS, right? Hope you just got this idea very carefully. What I was just trying to tell you right here. Fine. Let me go above once again. So let's revise how the database is systematic collection of data. What they do support, actually they support out the electronic storage and manipulation, right? And databases make data management easy. We are seeing three examples: online telephone directory, electricity service provider, and the Facebook. Then we move towards the RDBMS. The RDBMS, that what is this RDBMS? So in that case, we just find out that the full form for RDBMS is Relational Database Management System. It is the basis for SQL and for all the modern database systems such as MS SQL Server, IBM DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and the Microsoft Access. And the data in the RDBMS is stored in database objects called tables. And what is table? A table is a collection of related rows and columns. This rows and columns. Okay. Right, now let's see and move towards the process of SQL, as I was just trying to go ahead with this particular thing. Right, let me just take out some color once again so that we could just highlight out some important points onto the table. Fine. So the process is, first of all, with the SQL query which you are having, you would just apply that particular query. Okay. After that query goes on to the query language processor. It goes out. Now into the query language processor, there are two things. First one is the parser, and second one is basically the optimizer. Okay, we have two things here, parser and the optimizer. So after that query language processor, the SQL query goes onto the DBMS engine. Into the DBMS engine, we are having here two things. First one is the file manager, and second one is the transaction manager. And after at last, it goes on to the physical database. Right, this is the procedure for the SQL. As soon as you have wrote out the query, so that query first of all goes on to the query language processor. Okay, the query language processor actually consists of parser and the optimizer. We'll be seeing out the definitions that what does parser and optimizer actually mean. Right here we'll be seeing out, just hold on for a while. Okay, and after that, okay, after the query language processor, that particular query has been gone into the DBMS engine. So onto the DBMS engine, you are having two things, that is the file manager and the transaction manager. And at last, the SQL query goes into the physical database. Right, now let's see about the parsing and the optimization. Okay, so the parsing stage involves separating the pieces of a SQL statement into a data structure that other routines can process, right? So parsing stage, actually this is a stage where the SQL statement which you have written out, that has been separated into different pieces. Okay, and that pieces are of a data structure that basically other routines can as well process. Right, now the database parses a statement when instructed by the application, which means that only the application and not the database itself can reduce the number of parses. So database, basically the database passes a statement when instructed by the application. So whatever the application is there, so it basically parses out the database statement whenever it is instructed by the application, which basically means that only the application and not the database can reduce the number of parcels. Just make sure here that remember out this line, which means that only the application and not the database itself can reduce the number of parcels. So whenever it comes that what can reduce the number of parcels, so always the answer would be the application, not the database. Okay, so this was about the basically the parsing stage. Now let's see about the optimization, because optimization was the second thing which we were having, right? Basically, during the optimization, the Oracle database must perform a hard pass, at least one for every unique DML statement, and performs the optimization during this pass. Fine. So in optimization, basically the Oracle database must be, it will surely perform a hard pass at least once in every unique DML statement. DML statements are my data manipulation statements, which we had already seen yesterday, right? And basically it performs the optimization during this pass. Let me show you about the DML statement once here. So DML statements we were having select, insert, update and delete, right? These four we were having. So as soon as the four statement is find out, what it does, it basically performs a hard pass for at least one time at that particular place where it just get to see out some DML statement. The database does not optimize DDL. Okay, then now just have a look here that the DDL statements are already optimized, not the DDL statements. Okay, so the only exception is when the DDL includes a DML component such as subquery that requires optimization. So what is the exception? The exception is when basically a DDL includes a DML component such as a subquery that requires a optimization. So this is the case where we just put out the optimization. Right, so hope you just got the idea that when we just do out the optimization, how we just do that particular thing, what we just meant by passing, and all those things. Hope you are just very much clear. And even we had seen about the RDBMS and what is a database as well, right? Hope you just got all of these things in a very detailed way. Now, basically, from the next video, we'll be start writing out the SQL queries and all those things onto the particular application. Right, so this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.